All right, 25 till the top of the hour. Toll free. Telephone numbers 800-941-SEAN. You want to be a part of the program. So what is the outlook for Republicans? We'll check in with former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, later. Also, we have our good friends, David Webb, Rick Unger. They're going to check in today. Linda has some announcement. Not sure what it is, but she says, I need to make an announcement today. I'm not sure if it's big, little, whatever. We'll find out. But first, Louie Gohmert tried to challenge Speaker Boehner. He did not win this battle. There were 25 Republicans that voted against the speaker. Close, but not close enough.
Well, we had enough votes, but, people that were right there ready to go ended up deciding not to vote with us. But Sean, people up here were blown away that so many Americans. I mean, every office, people were telling me, I can't believe it. I can't vote for you. I got to vote for Boehner, but man, we got 1,000 calls just 10, 15 minutes ago, and others said we got 850 calls. And none of them were saying vote for Boehner. And as I've made clear from the beginning, this was not about me. And I actually was so proud that Ted Yoho was willing to lend his name and get in. And then when Dan Webster did today, that was a huge thing because it was all about having enough votes to go to conference where we could get somebody else a speaker. And all the people up here were telling me, you'd be lucky to get 10, 12 votes. You may not do as good as last 2 years ago with 9. But it really shook some folks around here, and some of Boehner's people were really scared they didn't have the votes. So it shook people, and I had one of the Speaker's inner circle members come up to me. I was sitting at the back after we'd all finished, and came by and he said, "Hey, we really want to work together. I mean, people are upset, and we really do need to get. We want to work with you and get some of the things done that are really important to people." So I said, "Well, that's all I've wanted to begin with, but we hadn't done that. I hope we will.
What
I'll work with you to do it."
So has there been an outreach, though? Has McCarthy, Scalise, Boehner, has he talked to any of you guys, you 25 guys that voted against him? Is there any line of communication?
Most of those 25 heard from the leadership circle, but they were whipping it hard. That's when we knew, whoa, they are really concerned, because they were making calls and really putting the squeeze on people to get them to vote for Boehner. And I've had people telling me, I couldn't vote for you, but listen, Boehner was so anxious to get my vote. I got some promises for some things that's really going to help the country. So, you've done some good here. Well, that was not the point, but the American people,
let me ask you. You
listen.
sound down, and look, Louie, I told you from the beginning, and I don't want to reveal too much of our private conversations. It was always an uphill battle.
Sure.
I was never optimistic that it could be pulled off. I knew it would be very close, and it was.
Yeah.
But I thought getting over that. Look, I just think. It's sort of like we talk about the bully pulpit of the president. When a president speaks, it matters. It's E.F. Hutton. Right. When a Speaker of the House with the power of committee assignments and monies that go back to districts and office space, when he leans on somebody and says, "I really need your vote," it has a lot of sway. And they had more tools at their disposal. And I'll tell you where I am right now, mentally and emotionally, on this. I wish Boehner the best. The headline on Drudge right now is, under Obama, the debt is up $7.5 trillion. My wish is that we get Americans back to work, that Boehner is more bold now that he has the Senate, that he is willing to take on a positive agenda that is really inspiring, and that Republicans go out there and say this is a better way of governing and offer solutions to save people from unemployment, poverty, food stamps. and all the problems they're facing. I hope he does that. If he doesn't, I think Republicans, in general speaking, that they're going to pay a price.
Yeah. Well, and what scared me from the beginning, and you and I talked about this, is 2016, and Pacadell's numbers. How many people you've talked about? How many people may just bolt if they're not satisfied? But we had to try, and you and I have talked. It was an uphill fight. We knew that. We did better than the people here on the Hill thought we would ever do. But since the American people let their voices be heard so much, I mean, phones were ringing everywhere around here for Republicans. And because that happened, you've got people who right now this afternoon are saying, look, we got to get the things done that they want us to get done. We've heard them.
I hope they feel that way.
We got to get them done.
I hope they felt that pressure, because I know for a fact, because some of these guys, and everybody asked off the record, of course, they told me in no uncertain terms they didn't want to vote for Boehner. They told me in no uncertain terms they were pressured to do it, and they had to do it, and they felt that this was the best case scenario. But they also said and promised, but we'll see what they do, that they are going to hold him responsible.
Well, you already know this one response I got, but in talking to so many members, one actually did say, well, you should have done this in November. And I said, well, he hadn't. We really hoped he'd keep his word. He made the right pledges, and that was before the Cromnibus. And he said, oh, come on. He's been breaking promises ever since I've been here. That isn't anything new. That's nothing new. That's not a reason to do something like this. So, I mean, how cynical do you have to get to say, oh, he's been breaking promises since I've been here? That's not new.
Yeah. Well, listen, I applaud you, Louie. You're a patriot.
We had to try. We had to try.
Well, but you did it.
American people have been heard. Just wasn't necessarily acted on. But 24 is a huge number, and I'm proud of Ted Yoho. I'm proud of Daniel Webster stepping up today, and it made a difference.
Look, when they are right, when Boehner, McCarthy, Scalise, they get it right, and if they really move to get down government spending and get the budget under control and stop robbing our kids, I'll support them. If they push hard to replace and repeal Obamacare, I'll support them. If they push with the proper fervency that they should, energy independence, I'll support them. If they push for school choice and border security first, I'll support them. If they don't, I will oppose them. And that's it. I mean, now it's going to be issue by issue, and I hope that they will take this moment. They've been given a gift, and that gift is the gift of leadership and power by the American people. I hope they use it wisely. I hope they use it judiciously. I hope that they move forward. I'm optimistic. What about people saying that because you were nominated? What are you saying?
Can I jump on the air? I'm really sorry. We're getting a ton of calls for Louie. Folks are just calling in from all over the country saying that when they call their local representative's office and they're asking why they voted for Speaker Boehner against their constituents' wishes, that their offices are telling them because the speaker was nominated, they had no choice but to vote for him because of November.
That's not true.
So I just want to have it out on the air that their representatives are lying to them.
3 other people were nominated, and that was you and Ted Yoho and Daniel Webster. So and you all got votes. And Daniel Webster got the second.
The whole reason we did that is because 2 years ago, so many people said, well, Boehner was the only one actually running. Nobody else had their name entered, so he was the only one actually running. So we addressed that, and we made sure that, and actually, the truth is it was Thomas Massey and Jim Bridenstine had the idea, let's do it different this time. Let's have your name out there, and if we can get more names out there, and that's why Ted was so great, getting his name out there. So that was to counter the comments 2 years ago. Well, nobody else.
So these
running.
Offices that their people are calling the office of their congressmen and women that they're what they're being told is not true. that they had to vote for Boehner because there was nobody else on. No, I watched the whole thing, and there were three other people nominated, and you were one of them.
That's why we did that, so that nobody could say there wasn't anybody else out there running. We were out there running, and we each had agreed in advance we will vote for ourselves, so nobody can say we supported ourselves being candidates. So we did all of that, and then we started getting calls from other constituents at my office saying, we called our congressperson, and he or she said that you hadn't asked for their vote, so please ask for their vote. So in a couple of cases, I asked for the vote, and I was told, well, you should have done it sooner.
All right, Louie Gohmert, you're a patriot. Well, let me just say this to you.
To vote or to vote for the speaker, then just do it. But I hope one of the things that come out of this will be a rules change 2 years from now where the speaker of the majority party has to have an up or down vote, and if he doesn't get a confidence vote, then he doesn't get to run again because it becomes a dictatorship, and it's so hard to challenge. We knew it was an uphill fight.
All right, Louie Gohmert, thank you. You're a patriot. God bless you. Appreciate your efforts, and I hope at least the message was sent. I don't think they realize how fed up the American people are.